Good day everyone, welcome to our Oral Communication in Context class. Today we will be talking about the types of speech context and styles. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to identify the types of speech context, distinguish the types of speech styles, and explain the effects of a shift in speech context and styles. As discussed before, we have four types or kinds of communications. These are intrapersonal, interpersonal, small groups, and public communication. Now let's talk about the speech context. When we say speech context, it refers to the environment in which speech takes place. First, let's talk about intrapersonal. This refers to the kind of communication that centers in one person, where sender and receiver of the message. So this refers to your self-talk and internal dialogue that is happening within yourself. And why do you think it is important to self-talk or to communicate to yourself? Well, it is important because it improves the quality of our lives. It also affects our performance on different things. It can also influence our communication with other people. And also self-talk or communicating within yourself makes a deep impact on our personality. Examples of intrapersonal are meditating, contemplating, analyzing, and reflecting. For example, you feel happy because your crush appreciated you for giving effort to her, and you reflect on why you feel happy about it. Next, let's talk about interpersonal. Interpersonal refers to the communication between or among people and establishes personal relationship between and among them. From the word inter, it refers on how you connect to other people. So when you engage in interpersonal communication, you and another person become linked together. When you start communicating with your crush, both of you will be linked together. Char. First one is the dyad communication. The word dyad means two, and it is a type of communication that occurs between two people. This kind of communication is more intimate. Example is when you offer feedback to your classmate during his speech performance. Another is when you provide a comfort to your friend who is feeling down. That is example of dyadic communication. There are two people communicating and two people are linked together in the communication process. Now let's talk about small group. Small group refers to the communication that involves 3 but more than 10 people interacting together or working to achieve their desired goals. Example is when you participate in an organizational meeting. Another is when you discuss with your group mates on how to finish your specific task. So those are examples of communication under small group. Next, number 3 is public. Public refers to the communication that requires you to deliver and send message before or in front of a group. The message can either be driven into persuasive or informational purposes. This speech context is also the heart of economy and politics. So, in public, channels are more exaggerated compared to small group. The voice of the speaker is louder and gestures are more expensive because the audience is bigger. The speaker might use additional visual channels such as slides or PowerPoint presentation. So examples are graduation, graduation speech, speaking contests such as extemporaneous speech, memorized speech, impromptu speech, or whatnot. And also, right now we have events or organizational events that is currently happening virtually. So virtual organizational events can be or virtual public events. So when you deliver a graduation speech to your batch, that is an example of public communication. And also, if you joined a contest, speech contest, that is example of public communication. Lastly, we have mass communication. This refers to the communication that takes place on TV, radio, magazines, internet, and other media platforms. So let's say, for example, you are a student journalist and you articulate your stand on different current issues through the school's newspaper. And also making posts on on different social media platforms is an example of mass communication. So it is very important to think before you click on your different points of view, perspective, and other opinions when it comes to different issues. Now let's proceed to the types of speech style. Under this we have 5. First is frozen. Let it go, let it go. Try. So this style is frozen in time and it remains unchanged. Examples are preamble of the Constitution, allegiance to the country or flag, and also the Lord's Prayer. So those are the things that you cannot easily change. For example, the Lord's Prayer, you cannot revise that as easy as what you think. So over the years, it remains the same and unchanged. Second is formal, and this is used in formal settings. Examples are sermons by priests, school announcements, and graduation speeches. Third is consultative, and this style is the standard one. Professional or mutually accepted language in this style must be professional, or mutually accepted or acceptable language is a must in this style. Under consultative, examples are the communication that is happening between teachers and students. So if there are any clarification, if the student doesn't understand something about the presentation of the lesson, the student can ask the teacher about that specific lesson. And also a doctor and patient consultation, employers and employees, and also the president and his or her constituents. Fourth is the casual or informal. This style is common among peers and friends, wherein there is a free and easy participation of both sender and receiver. So it includes jargon, slang, colloquial expressions, gay language, and also vulgar words. Examples are hey guys, what's up, you good, let me go, and other expressions and terms that you are using with your friends or peers. And lastly, we have intimate, and this style is private. It occurs between or among the family members or intimate individuals. The language used in this style may not be shared in public. Examples are husband and wife, parent-girlfriend, and siblings. So there are communication that may not be shared in public. So they have communication that may not be shared in public because those are private. And to sum it up, we have the different speech contexts that includes intrapersonal, interpersonal, and under interpersonal we have dyad communication and the small group. And for the speech styles, we have 5. First is the frozen, second is the formal, third is consultative, fourth is casual or informal, and 5 is intimate. And that concludes our topic or lesson for today, and that is the types of speech context and style. And I hope guys that you have learned something for today's lesson. See you next time.